In one of our previous segments on Epstein, on the files, we talked about how there was a text conversation back and forth between Jeffrey Epstein and Steve Bannon, where they appeared to be discussing how, oh yeah, Trump actually seems like he's a lot more calm these days. And then they're, well, why? Why is he calm? And one of them says, well, he's got that new one that's working in the White House. And they go on to say, I call her knee pads. And apparently she's doing the work that Melania won't do, if you know what I'm saying. So the theory was this new person who's working in the White House, this young woman who's working in the White House, is sucking off Trump. That is what Jeffrey Epstein and Steve Bannon were casually saying back and forth to each other, as if it was common knowledge, by the way. As if it was common knowledge. Like, well, yeah, everybody knows that that's what she's doing, right? Well, now we appear to have further verification of this theory based on a Michael Wolff email that just came out. So here we go. According to the Epstein files, Trump was bragging to his friends that he was banging his personal secretary, Madeleine Westerhout, during the first term, including during holidays when the first family went to Mar-a-Lago and he stayed behind. Yikes. Okay, so here we go. Have your throw-up bucket ready as we dive right in ski. So this is from Michael Wolff to Jeffrey Epstein, subject FYI. This is what I'm now going with. What do you think? In the White House, the president, General, surprise, announced that he would not accompany his family to Mar-a-Lago over the holidays, a confounding, even alarming turn for anyone who knew how much he valued a golf and warm weather opportunity over any presidential business. Melania certainly had no intention of staying behind. Among other issues, friends suggested that she was still furious about his fireside Christmas Eve chat with a 7-year-old boy, during which Trump asked the boy if he still believed in Santa. Melania didn't think that was funny. Somebody said one aide, Trump was clearly a guy who had never dealt with a 7-year-old. In an empty White House, Trump's personal secretary, 28-year-old Madeleine Westerhout, brought his papers and call sheets from the West Wing up to the residence, finding him, she told friends, in his underwear. And herein, suddenly, was another subplot. Westerhout had been the elevator girl in Trump Tower during the transition. The comely young woman ferrying dignitaries and job seekers up to the president-elect soon became something of a meme herself. Bannon recalled noting that Trump took a particular interest in her. A leering Trump kept repeating, she's got a way about her. His signature and creepy stamp of approval for young women. Now the president was telling friends that he wasn't staying at the White House because of the shutdown. He was staying because he was banging Madeleine. Shutdown bravado, locker room talk, or all part of a new alternative reality that only he seemed to be living in. Again, this is the second reference. The first time, like I said, was Steve Bannon and Jeffrey Epstein casually talking about this, and they called her knee pads. You know what's so crazy? What's so crazy is I'm not even sure this is going to crack the top 10 list when it comes to scandals for this week. For this week, y'all. For this week. And that's how far gone we are during this Trump regime, during this era in American decline, because I actually totally get it why this wouldn't even crack the top 10 scandals for this week. Because there's so much other. Trump is literally starving Cuba to death, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. They're green-lighting Israel, again, finishing the genocide in Gaza, going back to like mass slaughters. Like, this is shit that's casually happening right now. Never mind the fascism that they're unleashing on the country, the concentration camps they're building, the plot to steal the election that we just talked about, okay? There's so much going on. I don't blame people for missing, like, oh shit, the president, there's some evidence that the president had a freaking affair here. We have multiple casual conversations at the highest levels behind the scenes of people who know him and are in touch with him all the time. And you won't see this on CNN. You won't see this on MSNBC. You definitely won't see this on Fox News. You won't see this on other independent media shows. You won't. You're only going to get it here. So again, the two pieces we have, Steve Bannon and Jeffrey Epstein talking to each other. They called her knee pads and they said Trump's been more calm lately because something's going on there, right? And then now you have Michael Wolff saying this. The counter argument to it is, and this is certainly possible, Trump could have just fucking lied and told people like, oh yeah, you know that one right there? I'm doing stuff with her. I don't put that by him. He fucking lies about everything. He could be lying to people about, oh yeah, this hot young one here, she really likes me. She's doing things to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't put it by him to just lie about that. So understand, all this is just alleged. But you tell me, the fact that we now have two different things, and guys, I forgot what it was, but in the mid-90s, I forgot the exact year, but in the mid-90s, when you had the scandal come out about Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky, that like dominated the headlines for fucking months. For months. Here we are with what appears to be a very similar type scandal, and crickets. Again, you won't hear about it anywhere else. You're only going to hear about it here. But what's crazy is even if it was proven true beyond any reasonable doubt, it still probably wouldn't crack the top 10 of the scandals living in this country now for this week, right? With the ushering in of fascism, with literally the worst corruption we've ever seen ever by far, and it's not even close. Even Ann Coulter knows that. Even Mike Cernovich knows that. All these right-wing figures low-key will admit to people behind the scenes like, well, of course, they're just like flaunting the corruption in our face. There's so much shit so often that people will just shrug and yawn about this, which, by the way, gets to the double standard, doesn't it? Right? That when it's a Democratic president, Bill Clinton, him getting blown is like 2 months straight of hair on fire coverage. With Trump, it won't even be a mention. And that's the thing. You can't keep up. It's like impossible to even keep up with all this stuff. But Madeline Westerhout Trump, I don't know. I think she denies it. But you already have multiple references in these files here. Is Trump flat out lying about this too? Or was a little something going on? And that also begs the question, well, there's other women in there now, right? These like Oval Office directors. How about them? Should that be investigated as well? Because he always seems to keep these people, you know, there was speculation about Laura Loomer, y'all. About Laura Loomer. But there you have it.
Hey y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.